Hey guys, Bix Weir, RoadToRuda.com. Just wanted to go over quickly a new playlist that I have put up. It's called Road to Ruda Theory Videos. I know a lot of people struggle with the Road to Ruda theory. The theory being that there are people behind the scenes working to take down the banksters, the bad guys. It gets confusing as to who's a good guy and who's a bad guy, but ultimately these bad guys are being taken down slowly but surely. We've come a long way. Trump is working for these good guys, and they are fighting him, and they are also fighting behind the scenes. So this playlist of videos is basically geared toward the Road to Ruda theory, the theory that there are people working to take out the banking cabal. And the banking cabal is where the fiat money is where these bad guys get all their power. Without the control over fiat money, they have no power at all because they can't pay their henchmen to run around and do their dirty deeds. So that's kind of where we are, and I made this playlist of some of the more important Road to Ruda videos. So just go to the Road to Ruda YouTube channel and go to Playlists, and it's under the Road to Ruda Theory videos. And you can see them here. There's about, how many are there? There's 12 of them. All of them are related to research I have done over the past 18 years now in discovering who rigs our markets, who are these bad guys, how do we know that there's good guys fighting to take them out, and the Road to Ruda theory in general. The very first video there is called Discovering the Road to Ruda. It walks you through the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston comic books, their meaning, and the people involved with them. Stephen DeVoe, Alan Greenspan, Arthur Burns, all these people behind the scenes who are battling these bad guys. Really interesting video right there. It's long, it's an hour and 11 minutes, but if you watch that video, you'll get what I say in my morning newscasts and things like that. So the second video there is the original 1981 Teacher's Guide. The Teacher's Guide is it's a guide to a comic book that the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston put out, and it's the only comic book that has a guide. The Fed has put out quite a few comic books over the years. All of them are fairly boring and promote the the educational part for children, but the Road to Ruda comics, the Wishes and Rainbows, and the Road to Ruda Teacher's Guide are amazing creations. And it really does show a secret plot to overthrow these bad guys within the Fed and within the government and around the world. So check out the Teacher's Guide. And one of the more interesting things about the Teacher's Guide is that there are so many unanswered questions that are presented within this Teacher's Guide, which tells you right off the bat that the Fed doesn't know what's going to happen when the system fails and they have to go back to a gold standard. They really don't know how it's going to go down. Which is very scary because they're the ones perpetrating it. They're planning this thing. And then the third one's about the 10 of the biggest discoveries that I've made on the Road to Ruda after, over the past 18 years or so. Those of you who haven't followed my research, those of you who have been around the Road to Ruda for over a decade, kind of get what I talk about. But a lot of people will come on and say, "Oh, you're crazy if you think there's good guys. There's no good guys out there." Well, it wasn't just me making up that I want some good guys to be there fighting these bad guys. This is careful research over the last 18 years, and these 10 discoveries are 10 things that I found that are really important as to what's going to happen in the coming days, weeks, and months as the system is taken down, the old system, and something new is put in its place. And number 4 is silver manipulation, a solution. That's what I wrote to the CFTC, how to fix our exchanges. If they want to have a silver market that's free and clear of manipulation, they're going to have to do a lot of things. That's why I think ultimately in the end, it won't be able to be corrected. It will have to be destroyed. The comics and the LBMA need to be destroyed and something new put in their place. But if the CFTC wants to fix the problems, I give them a list of, I think it's 19 things that they can do to fix the problem. And some of the more obvious ones are show who is doing the trading and require that everybody who trades on the comics show their book. So we know who is trading in the 100 billion ounces of electronic silver contracts every year. Wouldn't it be great to know if JP Morgan and Citibank were trading 80 billion of those contracts just back and forth to themselves. Things like that. And will it happen? Probably not. There's not the political will until the system crashes. And when the system crashes, we'll decide whether or not to continue the unbacked fiat monetary system, to continue the derivative markets that are traded in everything from silver to gold to the dollar to oil. It's all run off computers and derivatives. But this gives 19 things. If they do that, I'll buy into their game that we can fix this the electronic COMEX. But other than if they can't do those things, it's a clear sign that the manipulation will continue. And then the fifth one is a silver alert. 10 reasons to buy lots and lots of silver. Great time to buy silver. Everything, all the analysis is pointing towards a huge silver run-up very soon. This could be the last silver run-up we're going to see before the system implodes, and then we won't be able to get any silver. Number 6 there is a song I wrote. Go check that out. It's called Pay Me My Silver Now. So you could post these videos all over the place. They're really fun and informative, but this is the most fun, talking about how we can take down JP Morgan. And it's a sing-along, so you can sing along there. Number 7 is a discovery I made where all the physical silver came from over the last 2 decades. And it was from a secret silver stash that was used in the creation of the first atomic bomb. 2.75 billion ounces were taken from the U.S. Treasury secretly, and this is all documented, secretly and sold into the market. It was put into these machines called calutrons in the 1940s and stayed there until the 1990s. And I prove when it was brought back into the market and the whole story behind that. Really interesting. It's got some footage of the old calutrons and the silver. And go check it out if you haven't watched it. Or if you have watched it, watch it again and post it on your website. Because everybody needs to know. Everybody who's scratching their head saying, how do they keep coming up with more physical silver? That's where it all came from. Number 8, JFK speaks about gold and silver manipulation conspiracies. Yeah, that's a cool one. It's done with the cartoon graphics, so check that one out. I don't remember the actual program. I don't think the program's still around. I did that long ago, but it's kind of cool how that turned out. And then number 9 there, I explain what silver manipulation is, how it's done. Anybody who's still confused about it, just go look at that video and you will understand exactly how Steve Mnuchin is rigging the silver market from the basement of the Treasury as we speak. And all it takes is a click of a mouse. So check that out. Silver Surfer Eyes the Big Wave is a cool video about the potential. The price of silver has been suppressed for over 150 years since the Opium Wars. That's how much coiled action is. If the moment that the manipulation ends, silver will just hit the biggest moonshot in the history of the world. Even mainstream people are starting to say, well, what's with the silver market? How come everything is going up? Silver or gold is still way over its 1980 highs, and silver is a third of that. And the silver to gold ratio is out of control. Watch that video. You're going to say, oh my God, I got to get my hands on some silver. Fed Secrets on the Road to RootA is really interesting about the Fed. We know the Fed, but do you know how and why it was created? Go check that one out. And then finally, the hidden meanings in the new $100 bill. If you haven't seen this video, go check that out, because the new $100 bills, if you look really closely, it basically talks about the road to RootA right on there. All the gold in writing. It talks about overthrowing your government right above the 100. Really interesting stuff about Ben Franklin and how he was a strong advocate of paper money back in the day, because it was a different problem they had. All the silver was going back to England, and when they were on a paper standard, there was prosperity in the colonies. And then as soon as the King of England banned and outlawed paper money, all the money went away, and it all got shipped to England and destroyed. All of a sudden there was poverty every year, all because of the king told the people of the colonies to give me all your silver, and you can't use paper money anymore. It's insane what has gone on in the past, what has been allowed to really destroy thriving economies. And that world is changing, and everything is changing. And if you watch these videos, watch all 12 of them, send them to your friends and family. It explains the road to Ruda, so you can listen to the morning newscast, your morning horn of Z's, sip of coffee, and know the background of where I'm coming up with all these theories that there is a battle going on between what I call the good guys and the bad guys. And the good guys are absolutely winning this battle, although it might not look like it on the surface at times. So check it out. Go to roadtoruda.com YouTube channel and go to playlists and then Road to Ruda Theory videos. This is Big Square. And don't forget to subscribe. See that little red subscribe button on the upper right? Go ahead and subscribe to that right now. As of right now, we have 17,949 subscribers. All of them have basically joined in the last 6 months. So really exciting stuff on the Road to Ruda. Come check us out, and I'll talk to you later.